What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV,
Y'all favorite Milk Dud, Jeremy Speaks TV.
and we're about to see who was wrong. First of all, shout out to Josiah for the opening as usual.
Yeah.
but we're here for another episode of Who Was Wrong, and we have Jeremy Speaks TV here. He's a part of the chasing panel right alongside me. And as he stated, he's your favorite milk dud, of course. And we're here to discuss LAMH's feud, which is Melody versus Destiny. Now, as I tell you guys on every episode of Who Was Wrong, I reach out to the person, I have them pick their own feud. And I always ask them when they come up here before we even get into the things of the things, why did they choose this particular feud? So, Jeremy, out of all the ones, because I know it was Slim Pickens this time around, which one, why did you feel the need to pick this one?
Well, the reason I felt like I needed to pick that one is because that it was the one I had the most knowledge and care about. Like the other one was you did that last year.
Yeah.
I did not make I didn't make the panelists for last year. And I definitely would have ate up that Candace and Monique thing. And we would have been on the same side with that.
Yeah, we
But I
were.
would have ate that up. But it wasn't available, and the ones that I wanted, like Candace and Giselle, was already taken this time around too. So I was like, well, I guess I can give it a little bit of Destiny and Melody. It's not too much.
So, in your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
okay, before we get into your opinion, when we watched this show, I think Destiny came on, I think season 2, I believe. She came into season 2. She was married to LeBerick, who was
Mm-hmm.
Martell's childhood friend. Her and Melody became friends or whatever. And somewhere down the road, going into season 3, we see that there was cracks into their friendship. And then by the time we got to the season 3 reunion, we saw that the crack became a big hole. And as
Mm-hmm.
we continued on, it got worse and worse. Now, I already know what side you on in this. But however, where would you say, in your opinion, what do you think started this feud between Melody and Destiny in your opinion? And then I'll tell you where I feel like it started.
I felt like the close friendship of Destiny and Martell's was started the downfall of that friendship.
You think
Mm-hmm.
it was just her being close to Martell?
I think that was probably the main thing, on top of other things that that's been alluded to. That Destiny's kind of like allowed to happen. Like I can say about the flirting between the two of them, or playful flirting, or her allowing Melody's ex-husband to flirt with her, because they friends, although that he was supposed to be friends with LeBerick and
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily friends with you that closely. You wasn't at the wedding like that. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
know you for like 15 years, and all of a sudden, like now y'all so inseparable. It was weird to me. I understood, and then on top of that, I will also probably attribute that a lot of stuff that Martell was finding out. I felt like it was probably stuff that Destiny was telling him. Like, and she actually repeated some of it at that
Mm-hmm.
party that that they had, that she had, and she was like talking about villages, and she was like, so you ain't have everybody take care of your kids, all these different people babysitting your kids. I was like, well, who said that she had a whole bunch of people babysitting her kids?
Oh my god.
And I was like, and then like I was like, oh, Martell is saying that same thing. What is the link between who does Martell know that Melody knows that would know any type of thing about what Melody is doing with her kids, or where Melody is at? And it
Mm-hmm.
was Destiny. And I feel like Melody felt that way too. And she
Mm-hmm.
kind of let her slip show when she was at that party, bringing up like the whole village. I want to be your village so you don't have everybody watching your kids. Like, I have my village. That's exactly what Melody. I have my village. Do you need help with your village? So like I don't. That's how I felt about about that. Yeah, so I feel like that was the beginning of the deterioration.
Okay, in my opinion, I feel like the beginning of the friendship ending was when Melody found out that Destiny had gotten a divorce, and she didn't know anything about it. And she felt some type of way about not knowing about her having a divorce because she felt like, well, I've been crying on your shoulder. I've been telling you this, telling you that, confiding in
Oh,
and then you going through a whole divorce and you didn't tell me. So I felt like that's what was the beginning of it for me. And then she started bringing Tiffany around. And then when Tiffany started coming around, I remember Melody brought Tiffany to Destiny's birthday dinner or brunch or something like that. And that's when Tiffany mentioned that she met Destiny before. And she said, I saw you at a party. I think it was at Melody's house. And I told you I liked your outfit. You was cute. And then you said, oh no, that wasn't me. So basically told her that, in so many words, insinuating that she seen her. Well, it wasn't her, but she saw LeBerick with another woman. And then a lot of the times when Tiffany would be around, her and Destiny would get into it. Not, yeah, Tiffany and Destiny would get into it. And Mel, in my opinion, would always take, Tiffany's side in a situation,
baby.
even though
You don't have to put it. You don't have
even
to. I
though
don't have to eat it now.
Tiffany was the reason, even though Tiffany was causing the drama, I felt like Melody would always take Tiffany's side, even though Destiny wasn't in the wrong, but Tiffany was definitely in the wrong. And it came across like Melody was only being petty in that situation just because she was upset with Destiny. That's how it came across to me. And then when things continued to go along, it just seemed like things were done on both ends, I feel.
I can agree with that. I feel like a lot of that reason that Destiny was getting into it with Tiffany is because Destiny was trying to come to the aid of Tisha, because a lot of the stuff that was going on between Tisha and Marceau,
Hmm.
what's her name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany was trying to get into that, you
Hmm.
know, and then what was going on between Kimmy, and Maurice, Tiffany was in that too.
Hmm.
Mind you, these are the same people that was out here calling Martell a good guy, not telling Melody that they knew that her man was cheating the whole time while smiling at her face. They
Hmm.
knew that he was with the side chick. So I feel like you being my best friend, why are you even trying to defend these people? They're not even that close to you like that. Then, let them defend themselves.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh, my man said hi.
I never really seen it that way. I hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. But thought about it that way. Like I never looked at it like that. Like I just thought that I never looked at it as her coming to their aid. I just thought that she was just calling Tiffany out on her messy ass bullshit because she already endured her messy ass bullshit. So that's the way I was looking at it. Because Tiffany was running amok in the palace when she first came along, and no matter what she did, Mel would take her side.
Okay, that's my point. Like you already was dealing with the messy ass bullshit when you came in with Kimmy. So why are you defending people that was not even that you felt like was not fucking with you when you first came in? Like like let her get her own
So,
lashing.
so you felt like when Destiny first came, because I didn't really watch the show until the second half of the second season during COVID. And
Mhm.
so what you're saying is when Destiny first came into the mix, Tisha nor Kimmy was really fucking with her like that. And
No.
and now here we are, like a year or so later, and Tiffany comes along and she's starting shit with them, and you're defending the same people who really didn't want to have nothing to do with you when you first came along. Basically, that's what you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. And then on top of that, the reason that Destiny and Kimmy were getting into it is because Kimmy basically simplified her man to being the chicken man. And she was like, my man is not just the chicken man. He has a restaurant, he's a chef, he owns businesses. He's not just a chicken man.
Mm-hmm.
And then her and Kimmy fell out about that. And Tisha was taking Kimmy's side, of course, but that's how that was shaking out. But like, so to come back the next season when Tiffany is pressing, these women, it's like, what's the point of you, trying to stand up for what's right? Because didn't nobody do that for you?
That's true.
except for Melody. So, but you're not even trying to stand up for Melody when she's going against. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say that she didn't stand up for what was right between her and Martell. She did do that in a lot of instances,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to holding the whole group accountable for how they were treating Martell and trying to villainize Melody throughout that divorce,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that nobody really stood up for Melody that much to me. I felt like she was on her own. So to see you defend these people on top of you not telling me about your divorce and we're supposed to be close friends, on top of you being besties with my man, you telling me you about to hang up with me to talk to my ex-husband who just blasted me on social media yesterday, and then he's out here saying I'm letting my kids stay with all of these people. But how would he even know my kids were getting babysat with somebody unless he was getting told that by somebody?
Now, what I will say is that at the beginning, because I'm just going by how I felt at first, because that's what I had to do on the last Who Was Wrong that I did when I was doing it with Tammy Talks about Jennifer and Evelyn, how my opinion of it has changed tremendously since it actually happened. When I first started seeing this, my whole thing was that I felt like Melody was not only upset because of the fact that she didn't know about the divorce and things like that, but in my point of view, I felt like she was also upset because she felt like, well, you my friend. So you know that Martell did this, and you know that Martell did that. So why would you still be with him, be friends with him, knowing what he did to me? And for me, I felt like that's a weird position to actually be in for anybody. When you met somebody, you were friends with this person first, and then you get to be friends with a wife, and then they break up and they divorce, and then you find yourself in the middle, and then both parties want you to choose. In my opinion, that's how I was looking at it, because I felt like, well, yeah, but I just felt like when you were friends with Destiny and Martell was doing his bullshit, he was holding him accountable. I never seen her make excuses for his behavior. At least back then, I did. Go ahead.
Hmm. Okay. I don't like me personally. Like that whole, we were best friends, oh my God, like that was my dog. Like I feel like Destiny says that about any man that she gets around. Like it's always, I've been knowing him for 15 years. I've been knowing him since high school. My auntie was cool with his mama. Like my cousin was his auntie. Like, it's always that was the same thing with her knowing Sonny. Like not I'm not Sonny, but Moses for 15 years,
Hmm.
Barrick for 18 years, Martell for like 14. I can't keep up. And it's strange that you're saying you've been knowing these people for so long, but knowing them does not equate to friendship. Yeah, you could have been cool with Martell when y'all were in high school. It's a lot of people I was cool with when I was in high school, but him and Melody were like married for 15 years.
Hmm.
Like, and she never saw you. So how are you that close with him for 15 years? She never heard of you, never heard of you. You never went to any of the baby showers. You never went to the wedding. You didn't go to any family barbecues. You were not there for, like, so what was this friendship? It really
Well,
was not a
did she
friendship
say
between you.
what did she say she was living in all these different damn places? Like, didn't she say she was in Detroit, then she was in Huntsville, then she was in Atlanta, then she was here? Like, didn't she say she was in all these different damn places?
She
That's the
like
part. That's the part that makes me confused as well. Because
I thought that she said the reason that I feel like I heard her say this in an
uh-huh.
interview. I could be wrong. Was the reason that she was not really befriending or trying to be around was out of respect for his wife.
Mm,
But my question is, okay, if that is the fact, then like it to me, it would
mhm.
make me feel like there was some layer of this friendship that was inappropriate. Because why would you feel like I can't be invited to your wedding, I can't be here, I can't be there, if if y'all have this genuine friendship, and the friendship wasn't just between you, it was between you and the baby daddy that you had been with at that time for like 10 years. So why wouldn't y'all both would have a relationship with Martell? So it's not like, oh, I'll just call Martell up myself. My man will call up Martell, and like, we'll just get invited that way. It didn't make sense what Destiny was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, after her and LeBaric ended,
Mm-hmm.
and we never saw, hide nor hair of him on the show, the flirting and the flirtatiousness between her and Martell, I was like, but wasn't he like your husband, friend, your ex-husband, like best friend?
That is true.
And you talking and like he's joking about getting you pregnant, you oiling up his body when he only got draws on. Like, who does that? And you don't, and like, then you want Melody to be your, like, to be, hey girl, when like, and you're in these scenes, like, flirting with her. And she wasn't the only one that did that. It was also Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany and Lou was up here like basically open to allowing Martell into their bedroom. You remember he was saying that he'll get, Tiffany pregnant. You don't remember that?
I swear I don't remember that.
Yeah, he did. Like, he joked about getting Tiffany pregnant in front of
Mm-hmm.
Big Lou, and then that's when Big Lou said they have an open marriage. And then, like, it didn't surprise me when Melody started acting real with Tiffany too, because y'all sitting here flirting with my ex-husband, who's like literally making my life a living hell, wondering why I don't want to be around y'all. Like, it doesn't make sense. The whole friendship dynamic, I believe, me personally,
Mm-hmm.
that Destiny and Martell been fucking, or has fucked, or fuck on the low. I don't believe that. And then you sit here and say, oh, because she said this too. She like, when Melody was starting to hang around LeBaric to be spiteful, promoting his business. She didn't like that. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, why is that an issue that Melody is now trying to befriend LeBaric, but it's not an issue when you are getting so buddy buddy with Martell? Mind you,
I guess the issue is that she was already kind of buddy buddy with Martell
no, she
anyway.
wasn't. She was not.
I didn't say that. I'm saying the issue in her mind, she was already buddy buddy with, as you can see, buddy buddy with Martell already. So
Mhm.
it's like, so why would you be upset about that? And then you turn around and you go and do the same thing. Why be upset with me and you're gonna turn around and do the same thing anyway?
To make
That
to
I'm
so
doing.
like so you know how it feels, but the thing about it is you've not been buddy buddy with my man. Like, I don't believe a lot of things that Destiny says. I just want to reiterate, I don't necessarily think that Destiny is an evil person necessarily. Do I think that she's trifling? Do I think that she doesn't necessarily respect girl code? Yes. I think she has a lot of negative qualities, but I don't think that she's evil like Sunny. Which is why I'm eating up Sunny every review, because now that's really messed up. But
Mhm.
you were not around. Like, I was around my man for 15 years. 15 years. We've been married, going to college together. Never
Mhm.
seen you. Never. We went to college. We was just a year or so after high school.
Mhm.
I never seen you. When was y'all this close?
Well, they said they was close in high school. That's what they said. And then
I
she
feel like
left
that.
after high school. I'm just going about what she said. So just don't take my head off about it. I'm just telling you what she said. They were close in high school. They knew each other back then. She left. That's why she ain't see her.
So, like, when you like, it's a lot of people I was close with in high school, but I won't be able to be like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. When I meet them like 15 years later,
Well,
and
I
I have not
never really
spoken to
saw
them.
them as best friends to begin with. Let's make that clear. I never really just seen them as best friends. As friends, yeah, but not best friends. I never saw that.
Destiny was trying to make it seem like that's what their relationship
Oh,
was. That's what I was saying.
well,
Like, Destiny was like, y'all have not been no motherfucking best friends all these years, Des. Stop lying. Like y'all barely
oh
spoke.
my goodness.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing that has always confused me too, because the timeline of it all. But I just know that, just going by what she said in a previous interview, and I want to say it was the interview she did with the Ooh Ladies First panel. That's what I want to say. I'm not sure if that was the case, but she did say that was cool in high school, and then she left, and then she got together with LeBaric. I think, wasn't a long distance type of thing at the beginning. Then she moved back to Huntsville to be with him or some shit like that.
I thought
Then
it was
they get,
Tennessee.
huh?
I thought it was Tennessee. Or like Nashville.
Well, see, she been in so many different fucking places. I don't know. So, she was, talking to him. They got married. They got on the show, and I guess that's how her and Martell reconnected. I guess because of the show. I don't even think if it wasn't for the show, they would even be talking.
Right. So, like, okay, so y'all knew each other in high school. Y'all reconnected on the show because of us being couples, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and your husband fell out, so I didn't talk to him anymore. Even though me and him were also developing a friendship. Now I'm saying Melody's part. Now
Mm-hmm.
you and Martell are continually talking when me and him are getting a divorce, but me and you are supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
best friends. Because why the fuck did you come to my party celebrating me to talk about being my village when you could have went to Martell and had him babysit your kid and be your damn
Okay.
village?
Okay. So, do you think you just said the word best friend? So, was Melody and Destiny really best friends, or were they just friends?
No, they were best friends from what
You
both of
think
them had
so?
said.
You
Yeah,
think
Destiny
so?
said that and Melody said that.
I don't know.
They were talking every day. They were so close. They were sisters. All of those things, which is why Melody took in the front when she saw, okay, how can you say that you're this close to me and you love me so much and you watch this man like make my life miserable and you want a friendship with him? You don't even know him like that. Yeah, you knew him in high school, but that does not mean you know somebody. That's not the same thing. Like I can't be like, oh, for example, like I have a couple of friends that was, that I still have on Facebook from high
Mhm,
school.
mhm.
You know, I don't know them now. I can't say that these people know me like that. You know, like I'm like that. Like we were kids. We grown ass people now with whole children. Like I don't know her. She a whole stripper now. Dead ass. She what my one of my friends from school is a stripper. I don't know her like that. So if somebody was like, do you know her? I'm like, I knew of her in high school, but me and her are not friends.
Were you friends in high school though,
Yeah,
or did you just know them?
we were friends in high school.
Okay, so for example, I have a similar situation just like that. When I was in high school, um, I was friends with this girl, her and her boyfriend. As a matter of fact, I just saw her boyfriend at the graduation. Their son graduated Saturday. I'm friends with both of them. And then when we got out of high school, we didn't really see each other much. She went off and she started stripping too. And I haven't seen her in years either. But if a person came to me and asked me about her, I'd be like, well, have you, ain't you still cool with her? I said, well, I ain't seen her in years, so I'm not gonna say we ain't cool, but I ain't just seen her in a couple of years. We lost touch. I just if I was friends with you and we ain't never really just had no falling out, we just lost touch. I still consider you a friend. We just lost touch. That's how I look at it.
I mean, yeah, I can understand that, but like for me, necessarily, like anybody I was friends with in high school, like I'm 29. I graduated when I was 17. I don't 12, almost 20 years. Now I don't know y'all like that, so we're not friends. We were friends in high school, but we will be acquaintances now. But the way
Mhm.
that Destiny's like discussing Martell, you would beg to believe that they've been talking the whole time
I
throughout
mean, but it has
Martell,
been a couple of
Melody
years
and
though.
Melody Martell's marriage.
But it has been a couple of years though, Jeremy. Like, I mean, let's just say, like we said, they came on this show when 2019, 2018, somewhere in there. It's 2024 now. So it's been a couple of years now. They just might be close friends now.
Um, I don't know. Like to me is a little weird. It's a little bit weird because like Martell isn't even a good friend to you.
He's not. That's another thing. He's not. So let me just make this clear. I'm not team anybody when it comes down to this situation. I'm
Hmm.
not. I'm not team anybody. But it may seem that way because I do defend Destiny a lot on a lot of things because I do feel like she does get like drugged so hard. And I'm like, why does she get dragged so bad? Like, I don't think she does anything any worse than anybody else on this show. I feel like they drag her just as bad as they drag Martell, and I don't get it. I don't understand why. I don't think
I
she's that
do. I can
horrible.
explain it to you.
Explain. I want to know.
The reason why Destiny gets dragged so much is because like just the same way Martell was using people and then not being appreciative and treating just dogging people out. I
Mm-hmm.
feel the same way about that they feel that Destiny did the same thing. Cause you sat here, you're like, not only am I giving you business connections, I'm
Mm-hmm.
here for you when you going through something. You my sister, we hanging out, we going on trips. I'm putting money into your business. I'm speaking life into you.
Mm-hmm.
When you can't pay your bills or your mortgage or your power bill, I put money in the pocket. I don't never bring it up. And then you act like none of that happened and you continue to try to have a relationship with my ex who also dogged you out as well and said the reason why your man left you alone and divorced you 3 weeks after having your baby is because you don't know how to shut up. Never once poured a dollar into anything that you did. Down talked you, called you wrong for being strong and all of those other things. Why are you so pressed to have a relationship with him and villainize me when I did way more than for you than this man ever did? Even if I
And
wanted to
I
stop,
agree.
and even if I wanted to stop having a friendship with you today, just based on what I did already should be enough for you to be like, you know what? I understand, some people just have, like relationships have seasons. But no, you bad talk me, say I'm not a good friend. I've never really shown you friendship and basically lie when we have this whole history of me doing so much for you.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I would expect when you see my ex-husband dogging me out, you would be like, okay, that's a woman. You trying to walk up on her, put your hands on her, you stalking her, you out here harassing her, you allegedly abusing the kids and everything else. I would imagine he'll take a step back. But no, you want to call this man your brother. You don't even know him like that. Let's be real. I was around for 15 years. Me and this man been married for 15 years now. I've never seen
Mm-hmm.
y'all could not have had that close relationship unless y'all were talking when me and my man, were together and I didn't know, which would make it hella inappropriate because I never knew you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people don't like Destiny. She lies so much. You cannot. She'll say one thing on one interview, then another thing on the other interview. And the thing about Destiny is she's beautiful. Her personality, she can come off charming sometimes. But once you really analyze the words that she's saying, you realize this lady is full of shit. Because throughout that whole Ooh Ladies first panel,
Mm-hmm.
like Bondi had did a follow-up talking about it, and she was realizing all of the shit that she said was contradicting one another. It didn't make sense.
That's true.
So like that's the thing. Like, what's the relationship between you and Martell that makes you want to have a relationship so bad with this man that's abusing me, but you want me to be your sister?
But to be honest, I mean that really doesn't just go for Destiny. It goes for everybody on the show because I don't understand why any of them want to be friends with Martell so bad.
You don't
Any
see the
of
rest
them.
of them hoes get dragged like that too. They
I
they
don't
they've
see.
been dragged, especially
No, I'm
Kim.
not saying that in regards to, I'm not saying it to justify anything when it comes down to Destiny. I'm just making a general statement when I say I don't understand why any of them want to be friends with Martell. I say that all the time when I see not Martell, Maurice and Marceau, who ain't shit either, but I see them defending him all the time or trying to talk to him. And I'm like, why the fuck y'all defending him? He'd be ready to throw y'all under the bus at any given moment. So why y'all trying to be friends with him? You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, when it comes down to Melody and Destiny, I just think that when it comes down to their friendship, I don't necessarily feel like Melody really just did anything wrong, but I just felt like she felt slighted in a sense at the beginning, like I said, when it came down to the marriage and she didn't know. And then, the whole Tiffany thing, Tiffany comes around and now you're taking up for Tiffany and constantly calling Destiny aggressive when she responds to something. Then at the end of the season, Destiny talking about my village this, my village that, when the woman trying to celebrate her success. And then, as time goes on, you went from defending Melody to Martell to now you are now over here with Martell, but discussing Melody in a negative way when you was just
Mhm.
trying to defend her to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, well, because now I don't fuck with Melody either. So now I'm just gonna switch up and just start bad mouthing her to to you, since we both have that in common, that we both don't fuck with her. So that's why I said I really don't feel like Melody was necessarily like wrong. Do I think that there was some petty shit that could have been done on her part? Yeah, on some end with the Tiffany shit, that was petty as fuck. But
Yeah.
as far as every damn thing else, like Destiny was kind of inconsistent with her story sometime, or Destiny, Destiny was a little bit too close to Martell. Destiny kind of was, and I said this in previous videos, like Melody felt like, Destiny was telling, Martell things that she knew about Melody that he probably wouldn't have known if she didn't tell her. So, I feel like at the end of the day, Destiny kind of towards the end, I felt like ultimately she was the offender.
Yeah.
Ultimately, at the end, because at the beginning, I was on her side, but then like towards the end, it's like, no. Even though I still feel like the whole thing started because Melody felt some type of way about knowing about that divorce. You know what I'm saying? Because they were fine up until then.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like that.
I feel like the way that you carry yourself when you fall out with a friend, it's a reflection of what you've always been doing
Felt.
behind their back.
Hmm.
Like the fact that you are talking so much shit about her to her ex-husband, who mind you be basically abusing her
Hmm.
mentally, physically, emotionally. Like you don't even care about putting the kids at risk. Mind you, the kids don't even like her. It's a reason. If my kids do not like you, I have to I have to. It's a reason.
Right.
Kids be knowing the kids don't like her. So that's why when she was like, "I'll be your village," my kids don't like you, girl. They don't want to be around you. And there's like, and it has to be a reason because of that.
Right.
So like it's but like even with all of that being said, Melody never went to a barrack or brought it like yo girl or whatever the case. It just never happened. I feel like it's a lot of jealousy when it comes to Destiny towards Melody as well, because how have you been able to pick the pieces up and be successful and I haven't? She was basically about to lose custody, lose her house, lose her mind, lose her bank account, every damn thing. Melody got all of that back times 10. So I feel like it was not it was that too. But like, Melody isn't, faultless, of course. She was being petty. But I feel like the reason that she was being petty is because she saw Destiny moving weird. And I'm gonna be a little bit petty with you. Like you how do you forget to call me to sponsor your party when I've been sponsoring it this whole time? You gonna call somebody I'm connected with, you gonna call Stormy, but not me? How does that work? And then like when her and Melody fell out, she was expecting all of Melody's connects to still want to mess with her.
Right.
Girl, they never wanted to mess with you anyway because you have shady business. The only reason they were messing with you is because
Because
of
of
the strength of
Melody.
our friendship. Now you're going around telling people that I'm trying to blackball you out of out of the business sectors of Huntsville, and it's not even giving that. You gotta make your own connections with these people.
That is true. That is
Like I just think that Destiny is wrong, just wrong, just wrong, just wrong. And I feel that when I'm watching this show, I'm not a super fan of anybody.
yeah, I'm not either.
Yeah, like I
I
don't.
do
I'm
have
not.
some people that I ain't gonna say some people. I have found myself defending Destiny in some instances because sometimes I feel like she gets dragged for breathing. But I'm not necessarily a big fan of nobody on this show. I feel like at this point nobody is really likable.
I fucks with Stormy though. Stormy's giving me no love.
Stormy.
I'm loving Stormy this season.
But Stormy is really not that bad though.
Yeah,
I started off not liking her too, but as time went on, she's really not that bad though, I can say.
yeah.
You know.
but like, so even like, so I feel like I'm 100% unbiased in the way that I'm reviewing and analyzing all of this. So
Mhm.
like the way that she's being done by Sunny, I think it's completely wrong. And I've been eating Sunny up.
I can honestly say that you have now. I can say that because there are some people out there that don't give a fuck about what Sunny is doing to Destiny just because they don't like her and they still feel like that's what she deserves. So I can't say you don't like Destiny either. However, you still can see that that was fucked up.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because that that's right. I would never, just because me and you aren't friends anymore, I'm never gonna like go and like mess around with your ex.
right, I
Like
never did
what?
that. I never did that.
Like that's insane. Like I would never do that. So like I've been opening up to you, opening up my heart like Yolanda Adams, and you gonna sit
Oh my
here and
god.
get with my man, my ex, and we still messing around. And did you see the latest episode? Not
Mhm.
like that everything that Moses said at that Carlos King sit down,
Was a
it was
lie
completely contradicted with
to
that sit
what
down
to
between
what
him
was
and
said in
Destiny.
that scene.
I was in a sexual tension between the two of them. You can cut it with a knife, a
I
butter knife.
saw people saying that, and I was like, "Am I missing something?" Because I really don't see it. I must not be looking into it good enough. Because I
Yeah, it was I'm still her. He was like, I'm still him. She was like, you lucky I don't like you right now. I'll put this pussy on your sideburns. You
well, you
know,
know what?
that's what it was giving. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not getting my energy back. It's been raining all over, like all throughout this weekend. Today it's been raining real bad. And the sun was just out recently. It was giving after the storm. No Monica. So gone and
Oh my
shit.
god. Well, it's funny how you got your energy, and I don't have any energy right now. Ugh. But he did try to say, "Are you sure you want to do this tonight?" No, let's do it. Let's get it over with. Let's do it.
Because look, I'm fine with a reschedule. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I can always recoup and do something else in the meantime.
Yeah, but as you can see who was wrong, we pretty much came to the conclusion that it was Destiny. Okay,
Period.
we pretty much came to the
Did you do this on purpose?
no, I did not.
I'm talking
But
about like this photo, this background. Did you put me on the side of Melody like that
I
on purpose?
swear I wasn't thinking about that when I made that. I was not thinking about that at all. I swear I wasn't. But what I will say is this right here. A lot of times when I hear things from other people's point of view, my opinion can kind of shift a little bit because now that I'm hearing it from another side, it can kind of make me think about things in a different way. So with this, it did make me think about things in a different way because when I did the first Who Was Wrong with Bondi Blue and we did Tisha versus Melody, and I wasn't necessarily on Tisha's side at all, but I wasn't on Melody's side either. But when Bundy explained it all, because I didn't watch the first season, so when we was talking about it, Bundy kind of put things into perspective for me in a sense. So I got what she
Mhm.
was saying. So this kind of helped.
I
So
put things into a perspective a little bit.
yeah, you did.
Period. I love that. I'm on like, if y'all don't know anything about me, one of my biggest inspirations on YouTube is Bonnie Blue. I've been watching her since I've been in high school, like, and she's been one of my main influences. I have other influences as well, but I love her channel. If I was to ever meet her, probably tears. Like she gave me so much good advice when I was going through high school. Shit
Mhm.
like that. She's just full of wisdom.
Yeah, you should meet her in person. Like when I met her at the Boss Baby Awards last month, that was my first time actually seeing her in person. And that was like the best.
Hmm.
Like she's exact what you see is exactly who she is. Just that personality, that bubbly, that is her all day.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't do nothing but and it's the same way it was when I met Forrest Rocks, and then when we were all in the room together, that was just everything.
I wonder how it's gonna be when we all meet.
I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna have fun though. I think it's gonna be good.
Of course, we're gonna have a good time. I know how to act. Now it depends on what depends on if you getting Jeremy or Jeremy speaks. I feel like aside from YouTube, I'm like really just quiet and chill for the most part.
I am too.
I'll be out the way.
I'm not really quiet, but when I first meet people, I'm shy. So don't be
Mhm.
surprised.
Now, if I get drunk, if you feed me some shots of whiskey or tequila, oh, you gonna get Jeremy Speaks TV.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. All right. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for doing this with me. And of course, yours is the longest one I've done so far. So pat yourself on the back.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
be sure to check Jeremy out on his own channel, Jeremy Speaks TV, as well as the Chasing Panel every Thursday. Okay. I, as much as he be making me mad sometimes, I love this young man.
It's really because my skin is smooth and so chocolatey, right?
It
That's
ain't
what that's what it is. It's
it
the
ain't got
bald head.
shit to
It
do
makes
with
me adorable, huh?
that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.